The story unfolds with a quiet sadness, introducing a young orphan girl named Heidi whose childhood has already been shaped by loss and uncertainty. She has been living with her aunt for years, but circumstances change and the woman decides she can no longer care for her. With little explanation and even less emotion, Heidi is taken away from the familiar and carried deep into the mountains, toward a man the villagers fear and whisper about. Her grandfather, Hai, is believed to be dangerous, accused of a dark crime from his past, someone people avoid rather than understand. Yet Heidi's aunt shows no concern for these rumors, nor does she seem to worry about the fate of the child in her care. As they climb higher into the mountains, Heidi sheds her stiff dress, finally breathing freely, discovering comfort and joy in the open air and untouched nature. That sense of freedom contrasts sharply with what awaits her at the top. When they reach Hai's isolated home, he immediately refuses to take Heidi in. His life is built around solitude, and the presence of a child disrupts everything he has constructed to protect himself from the world. Pretending to accept his decision, Heidi's aunt turns back, only to abandon the girl entirely and flee down the mountain. Hai realizes too late that he has been tricked. Furious and wounded, he locks his house and leaves Heidi to fend for herself, forcing her to sleep in the barn among the goats. Yet even in rejection, small cracks begin to show in his hardened heart. The next morning he gives Heidi goat's milk and takes her to the village priest, who confirms that the child is healthy and reminds Hai that responsibility cannot simply be cast aside. Though resistant, he allows Heidi temporary shelter and slowly, without realizing it, he begins to change. Heidi adapts quickly, finding happiness in simplicity. She makes a bed out of hay, treats the attic as her sanctuary, and soon meets Peter, a goat herder her own age. Their days become filled with open skies, mountain air, and shared adventures. Heidi's innocence brings warmth into every interaction, even teaching Peter kindness when she makes him promise never to strike the goats again. Trust grows between Heidi and her grandfather as well. When she learns of the false accusations against him, Hai urges her to listen to her heart rather than gossip. Heidi does exactly that, choosing love and trust over fear. That decision transforms their relationship, and before long, Hai places another chair at the table, silently telling Heidi that she truly belongs. As seasons pass, Heidi's joy deepens, but winter brings isolation. With Peter sent to school and snow blocking the paths, Heidi grows restless and lonely indoors. Hai tries to cheer her with handmade gifts and finally builds a sled, taking her across the snowy landscape and reminding her that even winter holds beauty. A visit to Peter's home reveals hardship and loss, but also resilience and love, teaching Heidi gratitude for the life she has found. Everything feels stable at last until her aunt suddenly returns, claiming she is ready to care for Heidi again. Through deception, she lures the child away, convincing her that her grandfather wants her to go. By the time Hai realizes what has happened, Heidi is already gone. Heidi's world shifts dramatically when she arrives in Frankfurt, placed in a grand mansion to serve as a companion to Clara, a wealthy girl confined to a wheelchair. The house is rigid, ruled by strict expectations and an unforgiving governess who sees Heidi as wild and unsuitable. Despite the luxury surrounding her, Heidi feels trapped. She struggles with formal education, secretly hoards bread out of habit, and longs for the mountains. Yet her bond with Clara becomes genuine and powerful. Heidi's warmth helps Clara open up about her grief and pain, and for the first time in years, Clara begins to feel alive. Still, Heidi's homesickness manifests in strange ways, from wandering the halls at night to staring into the sky, searching for the freedom she once had. The truth finally emerges when a doctor diagnoses Heidi with severe homesickness, warning that her health is at risk if she remains away from her true home. Though reluctant, Clara's father agrees to send her back. The farewell is bittersweet, filled with love, promises, and quiet understanding. When Heidi returns to the mountains, she finds that Hai has changed as much as she has. He sends her to school, moves into town during winter, and fully embraces his role as her guardian. Life finds its balance again, blending education with freedom, structure with nature. The story reaches its emotional peak when Clara visits Heidi in the mountains. Surrounded by fresh air, friendship, and encouragement, Clara achieves what once seemed impossible. She stands, takes steps, and reclaims her strength. It is not a miracle born of medicine but of love, belonging, and belief. When Clara returns home healed, promises of friendship remain, and Heidi receives a diary, symbolizing her growth and future. The final image is simple yet profound. Heidi tending goats, writing her thoughts, living freely and finally whole. If you've stayed with this story until the end, ask yourself what truly defines home, and how much love and belonging can transform a life. Did Heidi change the people around her, or did they change her just as much? Share your thoughts in the comments and let us know which moment touched you the most. If you enjoyed this deep, emotional breakdown and want more story-driven movie narratives like this, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next journey we explore together.